Just when you thought the drama was getting out of hand, Mendeecees went and raised the bar even further. Hold on, did you really believe you had seen everything there is to witness in the world of reality TV? Hip-hop fans are rethinking all they know about devotion, love, and loyalty because this isn't just any slap. Oh no, we're talking about an explosive clash filled with love. Once more, since it seems that's a thing. Picture this fierce Rasheeda arguing with Yandy about some underlying animosity. But wait, it gets more interesting as Mendeecees Yes, the same man who once called himself in the midst of their intense argument, a family man enters and slaps Rasheeda. Yes, you heard correctly. It's a slap that may have been taken from a telenovela. What's his justification? Was he protecting his wife? Or was he simply in the mood? And you assume that the drama around hip-hop and love was prearranged. Well, think again. What comes next will astound you. Stay tuned because we're going to reveal the year's biggest controversy, and I promise you it's amazing. If you thought you've seen all the drama, you're mistaken. However, nothing could have prepared us for the spectacular battle that occurred. Television, particularly love and hip-hop, has a history of creating memorable moments that leave fans talking for weeks. Mendeecees Rasheeda and Yandy imagined this. On a typical day in the world of hip-hop and romance, Rasheeda, who is renowned for her fiery attitude and unyielding exterior, enters a room prepared to confront her longtime friend Yandy about some long-standing tension. Yandy isn't one to back down and is prepared for a battle. The tension in the room is so intense that a knife could cut through it. Mendy sees her spouse, who appears to have finished the drama, just as you thought the fight would be between Rasheeda and Yandy. What happens next? Mendy enters that he doesn't simply advise Rasheeda to calm down or say something. Instead, he seems to have had enough of the back and forth his stick of mediating conflicts and has obviously run out of patience. Like, let's talk it out. Nope, he smashes Rasheeda in the face during this intense argument without hesitation. Instead, he waits what just happened. Yes, it did, and the audience was in complete disbelief. We've witnessed arguments, shouting, and drink throwing, but a full-on slap is a level of drama that nobody anticipated. But here's the real kicker is that this was more than just a slap. Oh no, the slap was only the beginning. Mendy realizes that in the heat of the moment, he goes on to say things that cause he turns to Yandy and asks, "You think you can touch my wife and get away with it?" The tension in the room goes from 100s to off the charts at this point. Things become quite fascinating because Mendeecees wasn't really protecting his wife as he says. Rather, it was about correcting the record, which had been inaccurate for months or perhaps years. Mendeecees was the one who eventually expressed what everyone was thinking. Enough is enough. There had been rumors and whispers regarding Rasheeda and Yandy's continuous disagreement. What happens when you have on a reality program like this, that kind of explosive reaction results in public outrage, social media backlash, and endless speculation. However, let's take a moment to reflect and pose the question everyone is wondering why Mendeecees chose to act in this manner at this time. Let's put it this way. Mendeecees has experienced a lot, from resolving his previous legal troubles to the ongoing being a prominent figure in the love and hip-hop franchise, has put him under a lot of scrutiny. We've watched him go through highs and lows with his family, relationship with Yandy and Rasheeda. So why did he lose it this time? Was it anything more serious that had been boiling for a while? Or was it just unresolved business between the two women? Lengthy, or was it just an attempt to protect his pride? Whatever the reason, one thing is certain. This slap wasn't the result of a single outburst of annoyance. Rather, it was the result of everything that had been accumulating for months. And remember that public confrontations like these have repercussions. Once the camera stops filming and the scene is cut, there are still serious repercussions. However, before we discuss the impact, let's examine what caused Mendy to lose it. Although Rasheeda and Yandy have been at odds for a while, things have been getting worse over the past several months, with both women verbally attacking each other and exposing their private problems to the public. This wasn't a small disagreement. Disagreement over a miscommunication, no. This was a conflict that had been building for months, building to a hazardous climax in the months before the incident. There has been a persistent story of Yandy attempting to discredit Rasheeda, who has always been as strong. Fans are exposing video from past seasons in which he was deceptive, passive-aggressive, or just plain shady. They're accusing him of possessing a hero complex and using his image as a family man as a cover for manipulative behavior, while Rasheeda's followers are putting up a fierce fight. She has the hashtag Team Rasheed in full swing. One popular tweet stated, "Rasheeda always carried herself like a queen. This was disgusting. Protect black women at all." with influencers, bloggers, and even a few celebrities reposting the video and commenting. Expenses. This is more than just drama. It's a movement. But wait, there's more, since that tweet alone received over 250,000 likes in a single day. Another layer of the issue falls like a wrecking ball from this whirlwind of reaction. Allegedly, Rasheeda contacted executive Mona Scott Young following her altercation with Kirk. Mona was reportedly taken by surprise when the producer of L&HH demanded explanations. According to a production insider, Mona informed Rasheeda, "We didn't see it coming, we're examining the film and chatting internally. We're all panicking and trying to find out how to spin this without getting sued, and internal talks are shorthand for that." According to some insiders, Mona even wanted to remove the video completely out of concern that it would cause a lot of negative publicity, but it was too late because it had already been leaked to a few media outlets. Sources and blogs, behind-the-scenes screenshots, whispers, TikToks, and even grainy, fuzzy vertical video clips were already making the rounds. All of a sudden, this wasn't simply a reality show scene. The Shade Room Hollywood Unlocked made national headlines, and everyone jumped on it. Articles like Mendeecees caught slapping Rasheeda in an explosive scene demanded accountability from supporters. Mendeecees' name was trending with terms like abuse scandal and cancelled, and the matter had completely gotten out of hand. Where had Yandini been during all of this? She slipped into complete ghost mode, leaving no posts, tales, comments, or radio silence. If you know Yandini, you know that she's never quiet until she's got people continue to drag her despite her silence, asking, "How are you going to be in the middle of all this and not say a word? What's cooking?" She's avoiding the heat. Others accuse her of controlling the situation, while others accuse her of using Mendeecees as her attack dog, knowing he would blow up and then retreating when things became chaotic. Entire scenario for screen time, and while the majority of insiders maintained that the fight was not staged for ratings, there were even conspiracy theories that suggested it was. And just when K. Michelle, who naturally does, enters the scene when it seems like the story couldn't get much more interesting. She went live on Instagram and, without revealing anyone's identity, dropped a mysterious she wrote, "You guys better stop letting these power couples fool you," in a message that viewers immediately related to the drama. Just because someone is wearing matching guxi doesn't mean they got peace at all. House. She's talking about Yandini and Mendeecees K. Michelle spilling tea, and boom, fans blew up the comments. Then came the tweets, and within minutes her live had been captured on camera, shared, and included into numerous TikTok hypotheses. As a result, in addition to the main trio of Rasheeda, Yandini, Mendeecees, and celebrities and cast members are adding gasoline to the already blazing fire. What about VH1? The network has gone into full damage control mode, according to sources, and internal meetings are taking place. Lawyers are apparently analyzing contracts every day, and some high-level executives are discussing whether to run the next episode with a huge disclaimer or not. Some believe they're fearful of criticism, others claim that the ratings will be too high to overlook. But the true bombshell is that Rasheeda has reportedly been offered her own spin-off program as a result of this upheaval. According to a production-related source, Rasheeda is adored by her followers because she is genuine, emotive, and respected. If she leaves the program, we lose a significant portion of the show. What does Mona purportedly do? To get Rasheeda on board, she's dangling a huge bag that promises her more control, bigger scenes, and a redemption arc. Rasheeda, however, isn't entirely convinced. According to some insiders, she's still thinking of leaving completely since this slap was the last straw. The treachery was too severe, the hurt was too genuine, and the camera was too intrusive. Speaking of Mendy, reports claim that his management, the issue is that he doesn't believe he did anything wrong. Yes, you've heard me. But he still believes he was defending his wife, so he won't issue a public apology, even if his staff is encouraging him to do so. This man truly believes he is the victim, so he apologized for protecting his family. You can't make this stuff up. The question now is, will Rasheeda suit? Will Mendeecees double down? Will Yandy eventually speak out? More significantly, will this be the end of hip-hop and love as we know it? Just when you think the storm is finally abating, it erupts once more. Because guess who finally speaks up? Yon Nandi Yep, after remaining silent for days and ignoring all the commotion, avoiding all the tags, and ignoring every trending tweet, Sis finally responds. This was not a confessional interview, rather it was a full-fledged Instagram post with a black and white filter, heartfelt piano music playing in the background, and a caption that appeared to have taken 2 hours to create. She begins by writing, "As a woman, a wife, and a mother, everyone knew right away that this was going to be one of those posts. She asserts that she never wanted the drama, and she would never support violence, especially between cast members she likes and respects, because she detests seeing people harmed. However, she then adds a line that went viral on Fire, but I have no control over how other people respond when they visit my family. Hold on, did Yandidi really just say that? If so, she's avoiding responsibility and is tacitly defending Mendy's actions. Didn't mention his name, but the shade was too evident to ignore. That line alone sent social media into overdrive, with others accusing her of being a cunning, manipulative, and deliberate one. She threw the rock, hit her hand, and then wrote a poem about peace. The tweet read. Rasheeda meanwhile didn't remain silent either. In response, she posted a brief, snappy, and direct photo of herself with teary eyes in the comment. Healing is messy, but I won't stay silent to protect myself. The message is plain, but there are no names or tags on anyone's ego. Fans are now officially divided, with a civil war raging in the comment sections between Team Yandidi and Team Rasheeda believes that rumors are spreading. People are looking through old episodes from years ago, removing screenshots of receipts and even old tweets in which Yandidi disparaged Rasheeda before they were cool. It turns out that this feud may have been simmering for years, but the cameras never really captured the intensity. Then, out of the blue, Lamadi decides she wants a piece of the limelight. And yes, the Queen fans asked, now what show is she on? As the messy woman went live on Instagram while drinking wine and discussing how true women don't allow other women be slandered over no man. However, Lamadi never allows a messy event go unnoticed. People have shared her life all over the internet, with comments like she's messy, but she's not wrong. In a shocking interview, a hip-hop producer from Atlanta and an old love declared, this wasn't the first time hands got thrown, as if things couldn't get any more twisted. Behind the scenes, we had never broadcasted before, but this was too significant to keep a secret. Wait, hold on, move. So now fans are going full FBI. They're like, what else? Everyone is suddenly rewatching old sequences with fresh eyes after Yandidi gave Rasheeda that look. You guys have been hiding. Who else got slapped? Who else left the set and never returned? Oh, and now the Hez meeting in season 9. That awkward moment at the reunion where Mendeecees didn't clap when Rasheeda walked in, now fans are like, oh, that was stress. The depth of this rabbit hole is unbelievable, and then an ex-producer suddenly surfaces with even more dirt. There is allegedly a second unreleased perspective of the slap that depicts Yandy's actual response at the time. Word is in that viewpoint, and she smirks if that is accurate. Oh, Yandy's image is on the verge of collapsing like the Titanic, and VH1 executives are in full panic mode. They are discussing whether or not to broadcast the episode at all. Some want to delete the audio, while others want to blur it out. In the boardroom, unscrupulous people say no. Ratings are about to skyrocket, and they're right. Advertisers are already surrounding gossip websites and writing headlines before to the show airing. But the plot surprise that no one anticipated is that Rasheeda's attorney makes a public statement. Yes, it's that serious. The statement claims that Rasheeda is currently assessing her legal possibilities to denounce the violence that has started and insists that VH1 respond immediately and appropriately. This is no longer just a plot. It's about lawsuits, image protection, and Mendy may possibly face criminal charges, but he doubles down again. Late at night, he allegedly shouted in the clubhouse room, I ain't apologizing for protecting my wife. Y'all be on the internet fake indignation. But what would you do if someone came for your family? This man truly believes he's a superhero in a Marvel film. And Yandidi began fans are screaming, if you can't take the heat, stop trying to cook up drama after comments were removed on Instagram, TikTok, and Twitter. During all of this, guess who returns for one final awkward appearance? Kurt goes live with a radio host and essentially validates what Rasheeda stated. She was traumatized. We were going to quit the show completely. That slap was real. It wasn't staged. They were fortunate that I wasn't on set because otherwise it would have been a different kind of episode. Now people are speculating that this may be the greater than Joe's line against everyone. Greater than Stevie J's bust of lives and more significant than Mumi's shower rod. This was the greatest scandal in hip-hop and love history. In actual repercussions, the network has already arranged a special reunion-style sit-down between Rasheeda, Yandidi, and Mendeecees, which will be presented by none other than Nana Parker. According to sources, the sit-down was tight, awkward, and ugly. Rasheeda hardly talked, and Yandidi tried to twist Mendy's eyes, but she refused to acknowledge it. Anything, while Kirk sat in the corner, his arms folded like a security guard ready to leap. There was no hug, No resolution, just more chaos, leaving the audience to wonder where to go. Will Nendi ultimately be held responsible? Will Rasheeda remain on the show? Will Yandy's brand endure? Or will Mona Scott Young manage to turn this entire catastrophe into the highest rated season ever? Because if there's one thing that hip-hop and love always offer, it's mayhem. This time it wasn't really staged. It was genuine and personal. Phew, did we just see the collapse of a whole hip-hop and love dynasty in real time? Is it the collapse of reality TV royalty? Directly in front of us, since ultimately the Instagram writings are slapped with the shade, with the turmoil that occurs behind the scenes. This is a whole lot more than just tea, sweetie. Now, a boiling pot is blowing up all over VH1. Let's be honest. What do you believe was Mendy feels justified in standing up for Yandindi? Such as that, or did he go too far? Was Rasheeda simply a victim of the crossfire? Or was she genuinely attempting to stir things up? And let me know whether you believe Yandindi was fully aware of what she was doing entire time, or is she simply an expert in pulling strings while acting naive in the background? I need everyone to talk about your we in the comments section. Depending on it, either the Yandindi team or the Rasheeda team defends the team or brand. Expose everything, discard your theories and your conspiracy breakdowns or hot takes. I wish to hear everything, and if you believe this was messy. So fasten your seatbelt for the oh my goodness the upcoming episode will make. This seems like the drama you perform in preschool. To smash so you don't miss what's coming. That button is similar to Mendy seeing smash. Subscribe to Rasheeda's ego hit so you never turn those posts around and avoid another scandal. Alerts turned on since the tea we're serving the following infant. It's hot. Until then, continue to be disorganized, curious, and attentive, because this tale is far from over.